Hello, this is a walkabout of Learning Activity 8 for my 400 level class. It's a collaborative assignment. You can be working in pairs. And here's the specs. There's a theme, which is animism, the belief that all things are possessed of an animate spirit. Rocks and wind and what all. Kitchen utensils running around at night. Okay, here's the size, 5 by 11, 300 ppi. This is basically an image resolution, image size and resolution exercise to back up how we've been starting out our class here. Okay, so, and then you've got to read those really to get a decent idea of what we're doing. It entails imagery, type on a path, and a drop shadow, plus switching with your partner and working collaboratively. Okay, so this is what I have to show you. This is my end result. And I'm tempted to keep going, but you know how it is with Photoshop. You go on forever. I kind of like, I don't know, there's other things I'd want to do to this, but I'm stopping right here. We have the stacked coffee cups with the spirit of an Aztec vessel, a mask, popping out of the morning coffee. So I finished the image, and at this point I would give it to my partner, who would put in a drop shadow and some type on a path. So you'll have to figure out what you want to say. I'm not going to assign copy, but it has to be relevant to the concept. Okay. How did I do this? So this is all, in my 400 level class, you pretty much know what you're doing, but I did want to give you an example. So with Getty Images, I found this little splash, and then also, I'll open this one. Coffee cups. Okay, so Getty Images, if you're familiar with them, they give you tiny little images, and if you don't sign in with my magic password, you'll get images with a watermark straight across it. So if you want to use Getty Images, let me know and I'll give you the password again. So here we have it. I think I would start to begin with is to change the image size and the canvas size, because this image is not the right size or resolution. See, it's only 1 inch. I mean, size or proportion is what I meant to say. It actually is the right resolution, probably. Okay, 300, you're right. I'm just going to crank it up. Not necessarily an entirely professional practice as far as print is concerned, but it's fine for this demonstration. Okay. 5. So now it's 5 by 6. And I'd like to have my splash be, around the same proportion, same size. So it's 5 by 7. Okay. Now, all right, back here. To take a look at where I'm going, I needed to work around with some layers, which actually are flat in this thing to move it around. So now you can't see the layers anymore. Oh, wait a minute. Now let me see here. I'll open this up and show you. Okay, here's the layers. So we've got vector masks, and I ended up flattening it just to blow this up because I wanted it to be bigger in the end. But to deconstruct this, bunch of different stuff here. Okay. Now I take the lock off the background. Okay, first thing we need to do is change the canvas size. So the width is what we want. I'm going to make sure you hit that. Add some height to it. All right, now we're working, basically in the required size. And my objective is to get to that splash over here. I think what I'm going to do first is get rid of. There's lots of different ways to do this. Here's a way to get rid of this reflection. We want to drop shadow, but not a reflection. So here's the rubber stamp tool or whatever, clone stamp tool. If you've never used it, it's good to know. Okay, I'm going to make it big. I'm going to sample a number of pixels in terms of the color. This is good for a flat background. There's lots of ways to do it, but this has got kind of a funky edge here. So, okay, I'm going to hit the Option key, click it, and then you're basically painting with this background color. Painting onto it. You could fill it with black, but sometimes it's really just not a black background. It's a nice, warm, dark background, but not black. Okay, did that. Now, this in the marquee tool, Command T, hold down the Shift key, and fill that up. Okay. Now we're working with something solid and black. Looks okay so far. Now, in the Magic Wand tool, deselect this. I'm going to select all of the black. Keep an eye on that number. If you've got a more complicated image, select inverse. Okay, now I have the coffee cups. I'm going to copy them and then put them on another layer. Okay, I've got 2 layers of coffee cups. All right, I'll put this over here for the time being. Okay, back to my splash. I love all these little specks. Copy. Paste. Okay, let me see how much of this dark blue I can get rid of. A fair amount, not too bad. Alright. I'm just kind of hacking at this. I'm sure you can follow what I'm doing. Alright. Now, it's not at the right angle, right? Well, it's close, but not quite. So I'm going to go Command T, which is free transform, and give it a tilt. And bring it up here. I'm going to move these cups down. This is when you should name the layers. Hello. Cups, other cups, splash. Okay. I want more of this splash to show up, so I'm going to move these cups down. Now, I don't know. This isn't going to end well, is it? A great big hole. Okay. Still in this. See, because the cups are on this background color. So, grab that, hold down the Shift key, that, and go like that. Kind of patch it up here. Okay. At this point, I'm going to do, sorry, in the end, really, I wanted the cups bigger, and I didn't make that decision until the very end. So I'm going to make these cups bigger right now, which means I probably should just dump this layer. Oh, okay. Hold tight. You can transform by a certain percent and keep an eye on it. So here's the width and the height. I'm just going to watch what number I have. Hold down Option and Shift to constrain it. And I'm making it, well, what? 130.20 bigger. Okay. So that way I can go back here and do the same thing. It's probably a way to type it in. Okay. 130.20. Okay, so now they're perfectly the same. Splash is too small. I can make that bigger too. Alright. This is not as critical. So I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. Like that. Okay. Better. Now, okay, back to my other cups. Okay. Oops. Alright. Okay, at this point I decided I didn't really like that color. So, blending options, you right click it. I'm going to put a color overlay over it. See, it kept the same color that I had already that I'd been using before, but you click here, and this is, click on this right here. You probably know that. And you can choose the color and the opacity right here. Okay, because I just done that, it saved all those parameters. Okay, now where's my mask? I've got to find it.